There's a scene in the early part of Mass Effect Andromeda when Ryder is first waking up in Sam Node after Habitat 7. And what I just noticed on my most recent playthrough is that Liam is sitting there on the floor with Ryder. Liam stayed there, sitting on the floor when everyone else left, and I think that says something really tremendous about Liam's character. Hello and welcome to the Exalted March, where we talk about Dragon Age, Mass Effect, and Bioware games in general. I'm going to start to do a series of short videos where I look at specific scenes or plot or character moments within both Dragon Age and Mass Effect to kind of give a closer look and examination and see if I can add some deeper meaning to some of these very specific and poignant moments. Right now I'm going to call it the relay because I want to act like I'm relaying additional information that might have been missed, but if you have an idea about how we can name this sort of short series, let me know. What's really key about this moment for me is the fact that, you know, you've got Ryder here in Sam Node. He's not in a med bay because he's gotten a hard link into Sam following the transfer of Sam from Alec Ryder to Scott Ryder, I'll say in this case. And so he's not in a med bay. There's nowhere to sit, right? And so everybody else kind of leaves. I mean, he's got the connection to Sam. There's no logical reason why anyone needs to stay technically. I mean, Lexi didn't stay. Dr. Carlisle, Harry doesn't stay. But Liam does. And actually Liam comes back technically because there's another really key moment, which I'll mention in a second. He does leave to check on Sarah Ryder, which he mentions later. But he comes back to sit on the floor and to stay with Ryder. And I think that says something tremendous about Liam's character. It's a very small moment. Everybody that I mention this to overlooks it. But you really have to think about it. That's a deliberate choice by a writer to keep Liam there during that scene. Functionally, if you just look at the scene from a functional standpoint, you don't need Liam there. You don't need Liam there to talk to Ryder because Sam can talk to Ryder, right? Functionally, what this scene needs to do is show that Ryder is alive, of course, kind of catch Ryder up on what's happened, and in turn catch the player or the audience member up on what's happened. That's what the scene needs to accomplish, and then it needs to set up the framework for the plot going forward with Ryder as Pathfinder. Okay, so all of that can happen with Sam initially waking up Ryder, and with Sam being the one who calls everyone else back. Liam goes to check on your sister for you, or your brother, depending on who you're playing as, whether you're playing as Scott or Sarah. He goes to do that despite the fact that he doesn't really know you that well, right? So if you look at what this says about Liam's relationship with Ryder, they've barely even known each other for several hours at this point. To me, this relationship really starts when they first formally introduce themselves on the shuttle heading towards the surface of Habitat 7. The lightning strike hits the shuttle. Liam is sort of like hanging out of the shuttle. He's about to fall out. And you don't have any player choice in this instance, but Ryder reaches out. He's the one who's closest to Liam, and he tries to pull Liam in. Ryder is risking his or her own life to try and get Liam back in. The shuttle gets hit again. They both end up falling out. When they land on the surface of Habitat 7, they then proceed to go on kind of an adventure, right? This harrowing, life-threatening experience that eventually encompasses Cora and Alec Ryder and everyone else, but it starts off as just Liam and Ryder. And they're both young, and this is clearly the most action, the most experience that either one of them has ever been in, and they're going through that together. And I feel like that's the start of a bond between Liam and Ryder that Liam really cements when he goes to check on your sibling for you, when he goes to check on your brother or to check on your sister for you, despite the fact that he doesn't really know you or them that well. He just does that because that's kind of the thing that you would want your friend to do. That's kind of what a good friend would do for you, and a good friend, a great friend, would sit on the floor and wait with you and wait for you to wake up, even though medically, you know, Liam doesn't have any medical training. What is he going to do? What is he going to monitor? I mean, Sam is connected into your entire all your biological systems. Sam is monitoring. Sam will call Lexi or one of the other doctors on Hyperion if necessary. So what is Liam really there for? Liam is there because, one of Liam's flaws is that Liam doesn't necessarily make decisions based on logic. He makes decisions based on emotions, which is a character flaw in some instances, but it's also one of the things that makes him most endearing as a character. He makes these decisions based on his feelings. He's the type of person where if you just met him, like, he'll be your friend. He'll walk with you. He'll be by your side because it just seems like he's that kind of guy. He values friendship and he values loyalty. And it's a super small moment, but the fact that he believes in you, the fact that if you choose to express doubt in yourself as the new Pathfinder, Cora says, well, it's what your dad would have wanted. She accepts it. She's being professional and logical about it. Liam jumps in right away and says, no, you're going to do great. I believe in you. It just kind of goes to who Liam is as a person, and the fact that he reminds you that with your sister, that there's a bit of your dad in both of you. He's a character that I don't think gets as much credit as he deserves.
Oh, I checked on your sister. Still no change. But if you can pull through, so can she. A bit of your dad in both of you.
So I wanted to call some attention to this scene. It's actually one of my favorite scenes early on in the game. And I hope that if you go through another playthrough, or maybe in watching this video, you've been able to glean some additional meaning and some deeper insight into how well this scene is constructed, how subtly it begins to set up the bonds of friendship between Ryder and Liam. And also I hope it gives you just some deeper appreciation for Liam as a character. I expect to be doing more of these videos in the future. If you have any suggestions on a particular scene or character that you'd like me to do a short, insightful look into, let me know in the comments down below. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Masananis, and until next time.